Hello, welcome to episode 45 of our Ostriv Alpha 4 Let's Play. It is December of 1764 in our town. Presently, we are on the tail end of a little bit of a building boom from last episode. Had a couple houses constructed down here. There is one more in the queue right here, as well as a cart shed and a carpentry. Been having some issues with the game crashing recently, so that's why we have a time skip of about a month while it's trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. We'll go ahead and get right into it with our turbo speed. We've been having some firewood supply issues as well. I think I will chalk those up to having a lot of trees still needing to be planted and the forestry workers not being able to do everything they need to do. This one is barely even half planted. Of course, they're still chopping trees, but these things take time, and there's still not enough people working forestries. We have a lot of open vacancies. I guess I could be tempted to just have forestries. I'll have 5 people all the time. That could probably help just a little bit. So we'll check and we'll see how that goes. Aside from that, things are looking pretty good. We still have a huge lack of supply of metal parts. That is eternally a struggle for our smithies to keep up with. I think we even have one of these. Yeah, see, I have a capacity for 2,000 metal parts here, and it's only got one. It's not allowing our carts to be kept in correct condition, which is unfortunate. But that is why we're building a carpentry up here. And before I forget, we are going to have to save again because autosave cannot be trusted. So we'll just make sure that's taken care of there. Now let's follow along. What are they doing with this house? And why is this taking so long? Okay, well, at least the guys seem to actually be moving this time versus the last couple times. Nope, he's doing it again. He was standing in the same spot. Well, I don't know. Maybe the game is reaching its limit of what it's wanting to do with different amounts of buildings and everything. But before they finish all this stuff, I think we're going to have time to do a few more houses before the planting season begins in earnest. And I think for the time being, we have so many houses that don't have the gardens in them. I think we owe it to ourselves to just plant, for now at least, just plant a bunch, like their plants, their houses, build a bunch of houses with gardens. I think as far as supplies go, we are doing pretty okay. We just have a lack of money at the moment, but that's nothing we can't fix. We just have to actually figure out what our balance is here. Again, people are moving out because of firewood. I really don't want to have to chop down all these forests, and people keep saying, "Oh, we'll plant more of the forestry tree planting areas." Well, that works in theory, and I've been doing that. But the problem is, again, when you have to plant a couple hundred trees a year, then that means the people doing that can't be cutting down trees. And that is part of the problem we'd been having, is that we just weren't able to make that work. And dear Lord, okay, well this is weird. Okay, well they are building the cart shed rather quickly. So this will be good because this will allow us to have a couple more jobs available up here. And they are... see, this is the kind of speed you expect when you have 21 people employed as builders. If only everything could be that fast. Of course, we'll go ahead and order our carts. And we'll go ahead and copy our settings here. Our carpentries, however, are going to have a lot of stuff to do. Remember, we can't build houses up here because they're too far away from markets. So this will still be more production stuff up here, but that's fine. We will be a-okay. We just need to have more logistical abilities up here. And while they're doing that, we can go ahead and look at a spot to put cart parking. Yes, I know we have the shed, and that's for dedicated people, but the regular laborers still do need to have access to these things. So we'll go ahead and put one on the back side of this forestry right here. And we'll come right back with another cart parking. And let's see, we have one here already. I don't think we have very many down here. We have one here. Then over here we have a cart shed. We have cart parking. I think down here, yes, down here we are indeed missing some of that. So we'll put one of those there. All right, carpentry is done. So let's come over here, preventative repairs, and we will... Oh, well, it could be because nobody is working at the carpentries. That could be a small part of the problem. I wonder why is it... Okay, why is the storage full? Storage really should not be full. We should not ever have that many... I don't know, there's some sort of weird problems going on here. So, well, they'll figure it out. We have so much for them to be doing here. Again, it's these metal parts, man, I'm telling you. As far as cash flow goes, we are still net negative, which means we need to get either our exports up or we need to find a way to get other income. Let's go ahead and, of course, order carts for the cart parking. Keep these people nice and busy. So we are never going to have enough metal parts, are we? I genuinely and truly do not think it is possible for us to have enough metal parts, even with these people. All they're doing is making metal parts. So that's pretty irritating. Well, what are you going to do about it, huh? It's not really too much you can do. We'll warp right over here, do the exact same thing. At risk of sounding like a broken record, of course the game's going to crash again. Well, as you just saw, the game did crash. So we got set back a little bit, but we do still have this carpentry doing what it needs to be doing. So we'll just go ahead and let them catch up to that. But I can't get my head around why these smithies just cannot make enough metal parts. Aside from there not being enough charcoal, which I know for a fact is not true, because we have... See if it'll let me show you exactly how much we have. Yeah, we have 36,000 charcoal stored up. It's not because we don't have enough. I can promise you that. For some reason, it just doesn't ever get transported anywhere. Yeah, so that is very irritating. We're just going to be saving all sorts of times in here. And then this one down here. Oh, overshot slightly. We'll go ahead and get these queued back up again. Alright, so now we're coming back up to the next planting season. I know I said I was going to do something about this farm. Not quite yet. We will get there in due time. As far as our granaries are concerned, they're looking a little barren. Except for fish. Fish is doing fantastically for some reason. But there is just a severe lack of personal crops being contributed here. Yeah, look at those cows go. Walking through like they own the place. Headed all the way. Are they taking these cows down here? Wow. They're going pretty far. Especially considering there's a cowshed right here. I wonder which field they're using for these. Strange. Well, we can mess with that at some point, I guess. I wonder why they didn't plant these trees in the corner here. I guess they're already chopping these. Even though it says, okay, well, we'll let these grow because there's tons right here, and we will go ahead and uncheck that as well so they can actually, you know, get cut. Yeah, they still, over here, they still haven't planted all these trees. I know this is a ton. I think this one was like 300 something trees. That's a lot. Well, I guess what we could go ahead and do is check and make sure we don't have a surplus of bowls. It's a good 5 years old. Yeah, we were letting these get by, but we don't need to have so many bulls. We can let them have actual calves here. Remember, you only need one bull to reproduce. We can go ahead and get rid of these two. And then right here, that guy's fine. And if you keep up with this, it's not so bad. And I think we're good to go here. Yeah, looks good to me. Now, okay, so they're actually able to do something because they have metal parts. These still aren't fixed, but these have all the carts. So why are these not fixed yet? They're supposed to be. They have orders in queue. So why are these not fixed yet? We'll have to come back to that at some point. In terms of cash flow, we are in the black. We're positive. We've got actually pretty robust local sales going on so far for April. Again, our biggest expense is salary. Let's see what's going on with these people. Are you gonna buy anything? Yeah, you can buy some of this stuff right here. Don't have any raspberries, and we don't have enough onions to really sell, so that's fine like that. We have plenty of dried fish. We don't have enough honey, but I'm not going to go ahead and buy any, as that takes time. Now we could build some more houses over here, because this has all been completely eviscerated, I guess. But what I think we're going to do instead is plant a whole bunch of trees. Just kind of find exactly how much we can get away with here. Let's do one of these. Should be fine. And we're going to save right on top of that autosave because, again, can't be trusted. But I don't trust myself enough not to save to turn it off. So that is the dilemma we find ourselves in. So they're going to get to work planting these trees post-haste. And within a few in-game years, these will be ready to cut down. That's going to take way too long for us to actually sit here and watch that, but it's important that that gets done here. These farms are looking pretty good. Can't really complain about any of that. This church is looking nice. The trees have grown in quite well. It casts a little bit of shade on the building here. And I will landscape this eventually. This could also be more graves if we felt like it. But at this exact moment, I'm not concerned about that too much. Now, as far as the rest of everything else is looking, things seem to be going pretty well. I think our fishing boats are generally in pretty good shape. We do have Boatyard doing something about stuff. Our original church is looking nice as well, with our original graves right here. 1735. Yep, this was the original one. I would like to see more animations in the game centered around the church besides people just going in and out, like maybe multiple people gather at churches or every so often a big group. A little more realism would be fun. Here's another messenger for us to deal with here. Go ahead and sell them sunflower oil and salt. You can never have too much salt. And horseshoes, we're selling those. We're going to purchase metal parts because we always need to purchase metal parts. We'll purchase chickens as well because those will immediately be slaughtered for food. We'll buy hemp and we'll buy textile. That is all good progress to make. I think things have stabilized pretty well. Not perfect. Still a little bit to be desired here. But this is just such a huge, vibrant town we've got going on here. It's just so much. So much going on in here. Like, it's quite nice, I think. This could be a nice screenshot for today's episode. Just, I love the sweeping vista you get when you're way high up in the air at this angle where you can have just enough flatness where you can see the far extreme edge of the town. 915 residents, 44 years from settlement start. We're doing great. But I know there's so much more we can be doing. Remember, we have all this area over here. We haven't built a bridge over here yet. So that actually could be a good thing for us to be doing here. So why don't we go ahead and build a bridge? Why not, right? We'll put one there. And then we can go ahead and connect these as well when that's done. Of course, there's already this up here. But I think it'd be nice to have right here, maybe even either connect through this main street here or possibly over here. We do still have some stone deposits that have to be mined here, but let's just take a quick look-see at what we might be working with here. Uneven terrain. Okay, is that on this side or that side? Okay, see, this will work. It'll let us build here, but I don't quite like how that looks. See, that I can work with right here. So if I were to come up right here, but see, that doesn't line up. Does not line up. Yeah, occupied, we have to get those stones out of there. But if I come in like this, then it's not going to intersect until I come here, unless I just kind of throw caution to the wind and see what it'll let me get away with here. Okay, so it kind of terraformed for me. Land warped a little bit. So those two bridges will be a huge help for our continued development. This land over here is begging for more houses with gardens and another marketplace. Let's actually see how far away we can get. Well, of course it's inaccessible. It's not going to like that anyway. Yeah, see right here there's no market stalls. There are some here, because of course it's picking up these. So I think the closest areas right here on this bank could be accessible to that market stall. But we will have to see how things develop. It's going to be a whole lot of wood for these guys to produce and make sure that we can get all these bridges built. But this will be a huge help, and then of course we can build another one somewhere around here to connect everything up, and this will unlock so many more opportunities here. Because of course before we have this bridge, there's really no point in building here, because people would have to go all the way down here and everything would be kind of cut off. But this way they can connect here, and I don't really have room to build another one here unless I went somewhere like here. And I guess it will technically let me build there, but then the fishing boats are not going to be... Well, I guess if I go like this, it could work. Is this just going to be the one where we build a bunch of bridges? Well, the game seems to think that will work. And that'll be plenty high enough for the fishing boats. This one will be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but it should still be fine. This one over here is reasonably high. So I think we're actually going to be in pretty good shape, I'd have to say so. So I'm going to hit save one more time. Not autosave, this guy. And what do you say? We have a little time lapse building bridges. And here comes the snow as our time lapse is interrupted by the end of the year. It took them a solid month and a half to accrue the materials to build this particular bridge. So we're just going to leave it while they're in the middle of constructing. Sir, excuse me. How in the world are you rowing a boat across snow? Man, that is some serious arm strength. Well, I digress. Sheesh, there's a lot of them. And through a support pillar. Man, arm strength is unreal. Now, I know you're not still fishing in the middle of December. Where could you possibly be going? That doesn't seem possible. But I guess it is. Well, at any rate, we're out of time for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. But just like our builders building this bridge, we're just about out of time and out of space, so we will let you go on with your day, and we'll see you back in the next video. Bye-bye.